Are we live? Awesome. That's fantastic. Let me double check everything is going. I don't see it still.
It's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
So we're live right now, actually. So
yeah. Good. The lighting is really good. I can see that. Like,
yeah, I mean, considering the circumstances, it's not bad. Yeah.
It'll work.
It'll work.
Okay, so let me double check.
We should be live.
Oh, I think this is live now.
Yeah. Okay, great. All right, I am going
Unless
to.
they just stop. No. Cool.
Oh, this is messed up. Let me message everyone so that what?
Wait, what's going on? Did the broadcast stop?
I don't think so.
There you go.
Is it up?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay.
Awesome.
All right, everyone. Let me just message everyone else on the Discord so people know that this is live. I gotta paste the link actually.
Just
because we're actually missing the link to the stream.
Okay.
It's kind of important, right? Is this kind of important? Paste the link.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go. Wait,
yeah,
how come there's only 7,000?
That's the ones that are online right now.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
Got it.
It's so scary.
Okay. Cool.
Why is there only 7,000 people?
Only 7,000.
You know, where's the 50,000 that we're used to? But anyways, hey guys, we are live from Pax West in Seattle at the unofficial Foxhole Meetup. That was thankfully organized by Crazy Flying Chicken. Thank you, Crazy Flying Chicken, for
You're gonna have to speak to the microphone for sure.
For organizing this very pleasant. Let me move this mic to a place where it's not blocking all our faces. Hopefully, you can still hear us. If you cannot, let us know. But it's been an amazing PAX so far,
and
it seems like each PAX is getting more and more excited. But before I get forward, I'm going to introduce ourselves. It's Markfoot here, it's HB, needs no introduction, and it's Crazy Flying Chicken here on my right. And I guess the format we're going to have here tonight is we're going to call out various members from the community.
Yeah, they're here with us today at the meeting. That's why it's so noisy right now, but it's kind of cool.
It's kind of cool, and we're going to ask them the experience that they've had at PAX, and then we're also going to be asking them to ask us a question about Foxhole, right?
Well, they're going to be putting us on the spot, which is kind of cool.
So there's also on the Discord a PAX chat channel that if you want to ping one of them to ask a question, like a good one, send it to them, and then they'll ask it on the stream.
Cool, yeah, if you can get them to ask it.
Yeah,
if you can get them to ask it.
I'm going to be trying to monitor the chat, but it's going to be, God knows what's going to happen on the stream, to be honest.
Exactly, this is a bit of a crapshoot, but hopefully it'll turn out great. So why don't we start with you, Crazy Flying Chicken. How was PAX, first of all? How's PAX been?
It was great. I feel like I've done a better job advertising for Due Process than I have for Foxhole at this point.
It's a great game.
It is. Yeah. It really is.
And I saved our asses yesterday.
Oh, bullshit. Bullshit.
Hey, I was the last one on the team.
I saw the whole thing. I was witness.
I stopped the bomb from being defused. And you gotta give me credit. Credit is due, right? No, it's not.
HB, who carried that team? You were
I carried that team.
You weren't even playing.
Yeah, but just morally, I was carrying the team.
I played last year with HB as well, which is like a Left 4 Dead kind of game.
Well, you carried me, literally.
I carried HB, literally.
Right. I mean, that game's great, and to be honest, like, I would recommend it. I hope it flourishes. I hope it's successful, and I think it's so far, it seems like, to me, a positive force in the gaming community. To be honest,
Yeah.
Like, I love seeing games like that succeed, and I wish them like the best of luck, right? So,
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to grab somebody from the?
You're not gonna have to hook that easily. You gotta ask us a question.
Yeah, you gotta put us on the
Like,
spot as well.
Don't try to get away from this.
Okay, Mark.
Sure.
Speak to the mic.
HB.
Yes.
Thank you. Ask us a question.
Damn it.
How much are you gonna love editing this stream?
Oh,
For you two.
Thank you.
you are making. Can I have another meat? The chamomile one? Thank you. Here's the thing. I don't think I'm gonna edit anything on this one.
Yes, you are. That's your job. How are people gonna find the stream if it's not on YouTube?
No, you know what? To be fair, if there's one stream that needs the editing and needs the subtitles saying what the hell are the questions because people cannot hear us at all, is this one.
Yep, and I have complete faith in you.
You shouldn't. Yeah, no. It's you know what? Of all my things, all the things that I do, editing is one of the ones that I enjoy the most. I love editing. I really do enjoy editing. Oh, the stream has been live for a while now.
Yeah.
It's okay, don't worry.
There was no rules in this stream.
Yeah.
We're just shooting from the hip. So.
That's just
Say hello to Alcus's forehead.
My forehead got
Cool. Do you want to move on and grab
Yes.
someone?
I will grab
It's your pick. It's your
Yeah,
pick.
it's your pick. Yeah.
I need somebody for the stream. Who has a good question in mind?
Yes. So they're gonna come and ask. So say hi. This is Nooba. You got. It's another one of the main. Thank you very much. It's one of the main developers
Casper.
of the game.
We got Casper here. You guys been waiting for Casper.
there you go, there's Casper.
That's
my spot?
No.
So
You don't want Noob on it?
No. We already have enough of him.
sit down. So how we're doing this, just so there's some structure and not complete chaos. We're gonna say first. We're gonna ask you, how has PAX been for you? Have you seen anything cool? In general.
And then we're gonna ask you to ask us a question.
Yeah.
Whatever you wanna ask us, it's fine. But
Day been.
huh?
Well,
Let's
start with PAX.
Let's start with PAX.
PAX.
I mean, PAX has been alright. There's a few. I'm thinking.
No, you have to speak a little. Like you gotta be.
So PAX was alright.
Awesome.
There we go. We good
Perfect.
now. So PAX was alright. I keep drinking my water. Well, there's a few games. Like, what have you guys talked about so far? How about that? Like, is there
We
anything
talk
in
about
So something that we talk about all the time is Three Kingdoms,
Yeah, that's
and
something
like
we talk
get
about.
a chance to try it.
Yeah, the booth was really cool too.
It was
like, did
cool.
you guys? Yeah.
So that was the first game we lined up for, and HB was nice enough to line up with us because he hasn't been a traditional fan of Total War, but he was nice enough to wait in line with us. And
yeah.
Did you try it?
I tried it. He didn't try it, but Max and I, Crazy Flying Chicken, and myself tried it, and we couldn't tell for the longest time whether we were playing with each other or not.
Oh, you weren't.
It was really
No,
confusing,
yeah.
and then we
No,
realized
it was-
eventually it was single player.
Yeah, it was a demo. It was the demo of one. So if you saw any of the videos, like the early access videos they had, you were basically playing the early access video.
Right
they
on,
played.
right,
You were
right.
playing the ambush.
So like,
So
did
that was
you
it.
beat? So did you beat the demo or?
I think I played it on hard, so I don't think I did.
Yeah, I didn't beat it either. I don't think Crazy Flying Chicken beat it either.
Oh, yeah, well, he
that
sucks.
makes
What do you
sense.
expect?
Sorry.
Yeah, but one of the biggest games I saw there that I was really excited for is we played it. If you remember remember at the end of the day
Yeah.
we played Due Process.
That's what we were just talking
Play that
about.
again.
Yeah, it's an
Due
awesome
process.
game.
See, here's the thing. Like,
Due process is
I started getting into FPSs recently,
Yes.
and I have to admit to my shame, it is due to Overwatch.
I'm sorry.
I know. But it's got me into the good stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I was looking to do process, and I was like, that looks interesting. That looks
is.
actually really cool. Because I was looking at it's not the division. No, the one that has like the two teams, like really, really big right now.
Rainbow Six.
Rainbow Six
Yes,
Siege.
yes,
right?
yes,
I was looking at Rainbow Six Siege, and it looks really like maybe this is something that I would get into. But Due Process has more of the aesthetics that I like.
Yeah.
I actually do enjoy.
Because you enjoy the stylized.
I enjoy like
game.
cartoony things. I enjoy like very like interesting, and I really like this concept of like you don't know what you're gonna face because like the map is always changing. But you get to like quickly strategize, quickly pick out, we're gonna do this. That I think is really cool because that's the one thing that I like on Overwatch. It's not even like because goddamn the rest of the game is competitive.
There is something that I have to say about that game, and I briefly talked to the devs. They weren't sure about some of the stuff, but my message to them is that make the game paid. Don't sell loot crates. Don't
don't do any of that. Yeah.
And I guarantee you, your game is great. You're gonna find success.
You have a community that definitely gonna like it.
Do not ruin it.
Yeah.
Do not add loot crates.
The thing with due process is like, have you guys ever seen Judge Dredd?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Yes.
Awesome.
So, did you guys get that type of vibe from the game?
Yeah,
I did.
Like, it felt very
Yeah.
Judge
Very much,
Dreddy.
yeah.
And I actually liked that. And
I
if you
actually
like,
even like the original Stallone Judge Dredd, even though
Yeah,
a lot of people
yeah.
thought it was lame. I haven't seen it recently, but when I saw it when I was younger, I actually kind of liked it. I don't know, it wasn't a bad movie.
I like the newest one that came out.
Oh, it looks
was
one with
fantastic. Oh, it was good.
Carl Urban. Carl Urban is his name?
Maybe.
No. The director is Padilla.
No, the Dredd.
The actor was Carl.
Oh yeah, and the director is José Padilla, which is a Brazilian guy actually.
Oh, okay,
That's
right.
why I know.
Yeah.
And
It's an awesome movie.
Oh dude, it's
great. Like,
oh
Dredd.
no, I'm getting confused with a terrible remake, which is the RoboCop remake. It's awful. No, but the movie, the visuals of that movie.
Oh my god, Judge Dredd was so
good.
But
Dredd was
as I was
awesome.
saying, like, did you guys see the big artwork that they had, like, right in front of their booth of that painting? Like, if you look at the bottom of it, and like just in general, like it looks very Judge Dreddy, like kind of like old school futuristic, you know?
Yeah, so I didn't play the game because I was like,
Oh, you need to.
first person
So, like,
shooter,
another-
not very. But I
really
gotta
should.
be honest, like just watching them play got me really interested.
I mean, like another thing that I really liked about that game is that the little details, the fact that they show every mag physically.
Yeah.
Right, whereas a lot of games they will like abstract it into a number.
Yeah.
But you literally pick up every mag, and visually other players know exactly how many mags are left.
And not just
and
that.
I love that.
And not just that.
Okay, it's good.
And not just that, but if you like accidentally hit R twice, like to reload, you'll drop the mag. If it
you
still
just
has
lost-
something in
just
it.
lost
So
the
you can,
magazine.
It's a
but
good-
you
yeah.
can pick it back up, but you have to realize you did it. And if you didn't, that mag's just fucking who knows where. But no, like you definitely like anyone that's at PAX, you definitely need to try out due process.
It looks
It's such
fantastic.
a
If you have
fun
a
game.
chance.
Yeah.
It's basically like Siege, but more planning. And
That's
more
what I really
random.
enjoy. That's what I
You know what
really
I love?
That's what I was going to say about Overwatch.
I love the
that
planning
part.
screen.
That part
Yes.
of planning
Where you
is
drive.
so good.
Yeah.
And having a screen that you can like just get your tactics
Yeah.
together and say, oh, I'm gonna use this, and everybody knows exactly what you're picking because it's visual. You're picking up weapons. That looks like it's a blast.
Yeah, and what was cool about it, like I played it twice. Like I played it yesterday and I played it today.
Right.
The first day we
What's
did
the name
really
again?
good.
Due process.
Due process,
It's called due process.
which has nothing to do with due
Yeah.
process at all. There was no due process at all in that game. You're going straight to killing, Judge Dredd.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
as I was
anyway,
saying, yeah.
what is the question that you have? You had time to think. Now you're on the spot.
We're gonna force you to ask something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything.
The hard one.
So HB,
Oh,
when's the
me
Bible
again.
Oh,
coming
thank
out?
you, HB.
the what?
When's the Bible coming out?
I wanted to print it out.
Oh,
I'm not even kidding. I thought it would be like a cool, like April
Jehovah
Fool.
Witness thing?
Yeah, like just like print it out, like letter bound, like all the gospel of HB. I was so excited to
I'm
print
sorry.
it out.
I'm sorry.
I have every single one of the things that they made. I have every single image. I have every single one of the writings.
HB, have I ever told you that you have a problem? Maybe not you, but because of you, there is a problem that needs to be expunged. Maybe in the form of, I don't know, some type of lore killing? Just
Alright,
I don't think you can do that.
So, okay, I'm gonna be spontaneous and my channel formula. I actually want to ask Casper a question.
Yeah, for it. Who
Right.
cares? It's today.
I'm gonna ask everyone this question. Like, what was the highest point in your Foxhole experience, and what was the lowest point? And be honest. You can be brutal about the game. You can say it was terrible at this one point, but you also have to say what was the high point.
So honestly, the high point is really like silly in a way. but there was this one time we were in Callahan's Passage, and we were like, if there's anyone in the chat that remembers this, there was a point where we were pushing. We just took key as the wardens,
right?
And there was like tier 2 walls, a gate, tier 3 walls, and whatnot, pushing west to the Crumbling Coast, I think it is.
Okay.
And we had like 40, 50 people, like the entire team, just like waiting for explosives to get there. So we were just standing around doing nothing. So I ended up yelling at people to just start shooting at a wall, harness the power of like 50 people shooting at like tier 2 and a gate.
Yeah.
Just destroy it and keep going. And that was by far, it's like, it's not the most like spectacular thing.
Right.
Like I have other stories that I could tell, but like the fact that there is one person that has to say something, and if it sounds like a good idea and some people start doing it, everyone starts doing it. It's like that hive mind effect, and you can just get stuff done that you couldn't get done before.
Okay, so what was your lowest point?
Low point, meeting crazy.
You should tell him later.
Hey, crazy, where is he? I don't know.
He
But in
sucks
all
so much
honesty,
he's outside.
yeah, but in all honesty, I don't know if I've ever had like a particular low point. I guess a low point for me wouldn't really be like Foxhole itself. It would be like one of the events or whatnot.
Right.
Like, I guess the one that comes to mind was, you know how I do the festival and whatnot?
Yeah.
Like, it turned out well, but like there were a bunch of stuff like I wish could have been better. Like the parade was really stressful.
You guys were really stressed because I remember like I was in the chats right before the event started, and people were like losing their minds. It was.
I mean, I didn't even know how you guys managed that Saturday morning. Because HD was
Saturday morning was the best day,
and like
Friday
we were doing the parade.
Yeah.
Oh, and I was like, whoever's organizing this
is a
god.
You know Duke Salt?
Yeah.
He was the one organizing it.
There was so many. That was a crazy parade.
Duke Salt is in the chat right now, so he's.
Hey Duke, you suck ass at organizing parades. I just want you to know that. But in all seriousness, like, maybe I didn't tell him at the time, it was probably my fault, but the way I originally thought about the parade was, say we have like 100 people, right?
Yeah.
My idea was have like a limited amount of vehicles. So you have, like, think about a normal military parade. Like, you don't have 70 tanks and that's it.
Right.
You have, like, you know, a half track, some infantry lined up, like a couple tanks, and, you know, some trucks or whatever type of thing. That was what I had in mind when I was doing it. But there were so many issues prior to that I was trying to get sorted before we started and as we were starting that I kind of just threw it off to Duke. It was like, Duke, handle this, do something. And I didn't really say how to do it.
Despite everything that went wrong, I mean, it was an amazing fucking event. I was gleeful, like just like giggling when I was like in the middle of that stuff. It was so much fun.
You know, the thing is, there were so many events, and it was a shame we couldn't get to all of them. But the ones that we did get to, like the trench warfare,
yes, oh my god,
which worked out really well. And I know that we did
TDM.
Team deathmatch. I think those were the two that went down.
I gotta keep switching people out.
Sure. So all right. Birdman. So why don't we?
It's gonna be Birdman then?
Sure.
Awesome.
Yeah. But anyways, my final words. Festival was awesome.
Thank you so much for like helping organize.
We'll see another one next year.
And you in the community is like, dude, this is a huge boost for our morale in the office. I gotta be honest.
But yeah, we just real quick. We plan on the last festival with the recent one. We had too many events, and we're going to be scaling down. So we'll have like a lot of like big events and less events over.
I think that's really cool. I think it will.
It's gonna be also easier if doing like that is easier for us to help you out, guys, as well. Because it's like
hindsight's 20/20. I mean, it's like like the first one we didn't have a lot and we thought we did.
Yeah.
And then the second one we had too much.
It was almost like overly complicated.
Yes.
Now when you like tone it back.
And that was the thing. It's like we thought that we needed that many because it was like however many people. Like we had almost 200 people there.
Yeah.
And it was like
crazy.
there was too many and not enough to go around. Like not enough organization. But anyway.
Anyway, thank you so much, Casper. We're gonna have another person coming in right now. Let's see. Birdman, you're up.
Birdman. So,
hey, for you guys that don't know, Birdman, welcome to the stream.
Hi.
He's one of the leaders of the 82DK. He has been playing for quite a while now, so he knows the game.
Leader of the 82DK. That's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a big deal. Like he knows the game.
Everybody fears the 82DK.
Yeah.
the Colonials
has been like one of the powerhouse clans ever since the inception of the fucking game.
in the Colonial chat, the DK always comes up. Right?
Oh.
Always comes up. I hear the DK is in Endless Shore. We're gonna counter them. This is stuff I hear all the time.
There are clans who will literally, the rich presence, the like show the map on, will literally look for us and actually go to that map to fight.
It makes sense.
Because we're so powerful.
You're gonna have to speak louder, but other than that...
So how we're gonna do it is, we're gonna ask you some questions, and you're gonna ask us a question, and then we're gonna have one more question at the end. So the first one is, how has PAX been? Have you seen anything cool?
Yeah, I got a new mouse and headset for gaming for Foxhole, so it was
Awesome.
Oh, that's
perfect.
really good.
Yeah.
So what kind of headset did you get?
I got a Logitech.
Hey.
Yeah.
I actually like Logitech.
Right.
Yeah.
They used to be, they had like a moment that they slumped down, but they got better. Like their stuff for gaming now is pretty solid.
Yeah, I had just a little tiny 2-button mouse before, and now I've got a nice gaming mouse that I can actually push the top keys and that kind of
That's
stuff.
really good.
Yeah.
Have you seen any games there that are interesting?
I was
or?
only in for a little bit. I only was there for about 2 hours. So.
Oh, shit.
Okay.
So
Were
thank
there
you for
yesterday?
coming.
Yeah. Awesome. So like, are you only like? Did you have only like a Saturday badge? And
Yeah, only a Saturday badge.
Saturday is like the busiest day. So,
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So we're gonna ask you. You can ask us one
Any
question.
question?
Anything.
Anything.
I want to.
Everything is valid. Go on.
So what ideas do you guys have for promoting the Foxhole Discord? Because I know there's a lot of players who aren't on the Discord, but that's a really vital part of the game for older veterans of the game. So what ideas do you have? What can I do to help the community spread that?
What can you do?
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, that's a really good question. Like we have traditionally tried to push Discord. You're talking about like the Foxhole like official Discord, right?
Yeah.
So we've traditionally tried hard to push that by linking from inside the game. And we're going to continue to do that. And we recently, even though we revamped the chat, we made it a point to preserve, even though we have in-game chat now, which it was a little bit of a fear, like, are we
cannibalizing our Discord?
Cannibalizing our
doing
Discord,
that?
but we made it a point to keep the link to Discord on the text chat widget.
On top there, right?
Because we know that the Discord community is such a big part of Discord.
And we also think that there's a difference between the in-game chat and the Discord. There's a difference on what is the usage of it, right?
Yeah.
We don't expect when we were creating, for instance, the operation chat, which is like on 016 now. If you're in operation, you have a reserved chat, which is we think it's really cool. But we had this discussion a couple of times, like, wait, is this good for clans? Is this? It's like, no, we don't think that it substitutes, because we do realize that big clans like the 82K, like any other big clan, they were not gonna use the in-game chat for that. They're gonna do their own operation on Discord, and we're more than happy to that, because Discord is the life and blood of the game in so many aspects. Of the community, so many aspects.
We've started using the operations as a way to communicate with non-clan players who still want to.
Exactly.
And
That's what
we have.
It's exactly what we wanted.
That's what we were hoping for. That is like clans like the 82DK. They obviously are going to use their own Discord, and that's great. But as the extension, if you want to get help from non-clan players, that
can still rely on that.
That could be like an extension of what you're doing, and you don't necessarily need to expose the details of your plan.
And also doesn't suck, which used to.
Yeah, it used to suck. Now it's a lot better. But so, anyways, moving on.
But how can we make it better for in a way? Like we work with Discord very closely, actually. So things like the rich presence, right? We were actually talking with the guys on Discord. We were like very early in the program in so many aspects, right? Like without going any spoilery details.
Yeah,
but we do talk to them very closely. I think they try to help us a lot.
Yeah, no, they've been really supportive of Discord in general, not just us.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Just in general, like we have no special treatment. They've been as helpful to us as any other dev, and it's just
the beauty of Discord is that it was created by a guy that plays games, that wanted something, so he understands the needs. So he also, like, the company follows the mantra of being a gamer.
I mean, it sort of shows Discord works so well because it was made by a gamer.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? And Discord has just been fantastic to us, and it's obviously worked out for the community, and it's just been great. But a question that we have for you is, what was your highest point in Foxhole, and what was your lowest?
Well,
point?
I start with the lowest point because the last time it was kind of a downer when we ended on the lowest. Start with what was the lowest point, and what was your like highest point on Foxhole?
My lowest point. That's a tough question. I think it's just for me, it's all community based, right? So if the community is doing really well, I'm doing really well because, you know, we're having fun and playing the game together and working together. So there's been times where the community's gotten really toxic, and that's kind of brought it down a little bit. But all of my stories have come from using Discord. All of my fun, like, stories that I tell about, I was in this half track for 2 hours with this person. That was all because I joined 82DK's Discord and started playing with them. So seeing that and I want to spread that to players who aren't on the Discord and get them involved, because they'll get all those cool stories that they can tell to their friends.
That's fantastic.
That's my high point is the Discord side of things. That's why I asked that question.
What are we doing, right?
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta cut in and we gotta switch out.
Okay.
But we didn't. Okay.
Wait, we didn't finish. We didn't.
I don't care.
Whoa! We're running this show. We're not.
Why don't you give us one more minute, because we gotta get the high point.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
was
I
your
know
high
that your lowest point was also like kind of intermingled with your high point. But what would be, if you were to pick one moment, what was the high point?
So in 82DK we have something called the Legion Commander, which is basically the guy at the top, and he gets to play basically an RTS with all the different people. He has different squads underneath them, and that's my high point, is when I'm playing as the Legion Commander, I have 6 different squads I'm controlling, and it's like an RTS, like Star crap.
Like suddenly you're an RTS, but just happens that like every single unit is a player.
Is a player, right?
That's
yeah.
so cool.
And that's so much fun to do. I've tried to spread that to as many people as I can, even if it's just on the small scale of 6 people or 5 people or 15 people.
That's really cool, actually.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
So
Thanks
cool.
for coming on the stream.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
So the last one, we're gonna do.
Well, go ahead.
Shagohead, come on in. Since
Oh my gosh.
so Shagohead, for the ones that don't know,
He's an old timer.
Yes.
He's an old timer.
An old man.
if there's has any ever been an old timer in Foxhole, Shagohead is the one.
I mean, like, we met you at last PAX, so our first question is, how has PAX been?
I didn't see a lot of the things that I kind of expected to see, but at the same time, I was a little impressed by what I had seen, by what people were able
Okay,
to
so like,
bring.
what impressed you?
What impressed me, I'd have to say, was the new location for the Dauntless booth. I like Dauntless. I've kind of bought into that.
Right.
Another thing that impressed me was, oh my god, there's a game called Casper. What was that game called? Due Process. There we go. Due
Process again.
That shit blew my mind.
Very,
Go away. This is my turn. You were a call-in. So, Due Process was pretty good.
yeah.
But I don't know, I didn't really kind of like another one. Like, I didn't like that the Ubisoft booth was doing reservations, and that most of the games that I wanted to try were already capped out. I guess they're just trying to process the amount of people.
It's a lot. Well, it's gigantic.
Great. Yeah. So, do you have one question to
ask
us?
As a matter of fact, I do. One of the things that's been on my mind for a long time is the average life of a rifle. When you make a gun, how many hands does it pass through? How many people has it killed? What's its journey been throughout the war?
So we are very interested in that concept, because we love the idea that a weapon has a history, has a story behind it. And we don't have anything in there now, but I think that what you just said is something that the team is very excited about that idea. So, like, do you have any suggestions? Like, are you saying that you'd be excited about tracking who's held that rifle, how many kills that rifle has had?
I guess a bit of all of the above. How many people it's killed, how many owners it's had, how many hours it's been alive, or days, or potentially weeks.
Right. All I have to say is that's a really damn cool idea, and I know that there's more than one person on the dev team that will be really pumped and excited about that. Because, like, honestly, we've always said from the beginning, we've kind of harped on this like a million times, it's about the player-made stories. And I think tracking where a weapon has been is one of the best ways to sort of have this narrative of the war, right? So, so my final question is, What was your lowest point first in Foxhole, and what was your highest point?
My lowest point in Foxhole was, I guess, having to relearn etiquette all over again. Like, it was so hard to build up the community into a point where it was okay to do things and it was not okay to do things.
Yeah.
And then there was a major release and we had a flood of new people, and then those rules were just gone. I remember I went up to a tent and I opened up a box and I took a rifle and 3 clips of ammunition, and this guy just came out with a half track and ran me over, and he was like, you took all of our stuff. And by then there were only like what, a couple hundred people playing, so we all knew that if somebody lingered at a chest, they're probably just taking what they need because they've been around long enough.
So it was the flood of new players that was kind of like uncontrolled and created this. Okay, fair enough. Okay, so what was your high point?
My high point was figuring out who it was that I could sit there on a front line with for hours and find excuses to not even hydrate myself because we were so glued to battles and conflicts that it's like, oh man, I've been having to pee for the last like 3 hours, but I got one more grenade, just one more grenade. And I can't attribute that to any one real moment or any one real high point because they've all been highs to their own degrees.
Okay, cool.
It is awesome.
That's awesome to hear. Thanks a lot, Shaglan.
Thank you.
And I hope to see you next year.
I will definitely be here.
Great.
You guys stay awesome.
Cool.
Okay.
Grab I Saw Bear.
Oh, wait, come here. Oh, coming in?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Walk in.
Cool. Okay. Hi guys. We have locked. Jesus Christ.
Long day.
Yeah, a long day.
Loxin?
Yeah.
Loxin?
Loxin or Loxin? Loxin.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay, right?
Loxin. You've been playing for a while as well, right?
Yeah, I joined in like before Farinac, when Farinac was released in the update.
So were you part of the original Farinac?
Yes.
Okay,
And Farinac, we want Farinac back. Right guys? Farinac back. Never forget Farinac.
Never get Farinac. Okay, so our question is, how has PAX been?
PAX has been really great. This is my first experience outside of
Have you seen anything cool on the show floor? Any games?
We kind of like took it easy, so not so much. But yeah, just walking in, it's just overwhelming. Just like, so, I don't know. I've never been to Disneyland, but it just seems like, wow, you know,
Disneyland for nerds.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just like, wow, this is a game, and wow, you know, this is great too, and it's just like so involving and so like captivating. Very. It's just been such a blast. I never expected it to be like so inviting and so involved.
Yeah, it's a pretty. This has been probably our 10th PAX.
10th?
Yeah, and
Wow.
I mean, if we include PAX East and PAX South, and it's still like amazes me after all this time, and it's great. So our first question is, what question do you have for us? If you have to ask one question,
Oh gosh, question.
what would that be?
And it's got to be a good one, huh?
No, it can
We
be
had
bad
crappy
one.
ones as well. Don't worry.
What's questions? What are the people on chat saying? Any
People
questions
said
for
they're
them?
talking about like all the. They're happy that there's the first colonial to represent.
I know, yeah, all these wardens coming in. It's like, yeah, colonial bias.
So, like, did the wardens
Oh
win?
wait, colonial bias. If you see this, right here.
Oh yeah, you see like the
I
BLD.
don't know if you saw that.
The BLD symbol, Logi.
So if you don't have a question, it's fine.
What
is your lowest point in Foxhole so far?
Lowest point?
And your highest point?
Oh goodness. Lowest point would be shucks. I guess just sometimes when you lose front, you're losing.
Yeah.
Like the decay.
Fair enough.
You drive up. You're like, you know, it's been a day. I haven't played in a while. You know, had to work, and you're driving, and it's just like a wasteland. You know, behind the lines. It's like I helped build that, and it's gone. It's not like it got destroyed or anything.
Right.
But at the highest point is just the front and pushing and the collaboration. Like you have all these people that you don't even know. Right, and then you get to know, and it's like, and when you see them later, it's like, hey, you know, you know, how's it going? Pretty good. Hey, where's the front? You know, where's the action? It's over there. Okay, I trust your word because I remember being with you.
So, you know, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there is something that's coming in 017 that will help with what you just said.
That makes me very happy.
Something that will help you to. There's a lot of times that we hear from players, I had an amazing experience, and they'll tell a war story on the Reddit, and they'll be like, I hope you're out there. I hope you hear this for these players that I played with, and they want to play with them again, and they're unable to find them.
Oh.
No spoilers, but 017,
Two and two together, I could
something
see this.
cool is coming that is going to help players in finding past soldiers that they may have
contact
have
with.
had great war stories with.
Yeah.
Right? So
I like that.
Yeah.
Because you're,
Hopefully we'll
you remember playing with a guy, he gives you a ride, and it's like, hey, I'll give you a
then
command. I'll give you a
never
command.
again, yeah.
And then
I
you
got
don't
the
see them
command,
again,
and he's gone. He logged off. And it's like, well, shoot. Dang. And, okay, real talk. I miss commending the enemies. Like, you just see a guy that's like, I can't commend them. They're, I have to kill them, or I have to be like up close to commend them. And then there's no list anymore, so it's like, dude, good play. Good game. I want to show you that. I really want to
actually, that's a good point. I haven't really.
Yeah, I think that
Some
might
people
be.
have missed that. I've seen that.
Yeah, we should take a look at that. Actually, that's a very good point.
That's good.
I think it's something that we can roll out into what the thing that you didn't say that we're saying could be wrapped inside the same one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Cool.
Great.
Right on.
That is awesome.
Well, thank you.
So,
Yeah.
thank you very much for showing by.
Right on.
Who else is
We need I Saw Bear. Can you grab I Saw Bear?
Who, are you waiting to come?
No.
No. We're gonna have to. Come on.
All right.
Anklet, if you guys don't know, is also a colonial that has been representing the colonial faction, playing for a long time now. He's one of our Discord mods.
Yep.
Great.
So if you guys do not good things on the Discord, he's the one that's gonna.
He's gonna come down hard.
Yeah.
So the question is, how has the PAX been? Have you seen anything cool?
PAX has been really cool. It's been pretty much better than I expected it would be.
You're gonna have to speak up a bit.
PAX has been better than I thought it would be. I was expecting it would be smaller, but it's really huge.
It's a lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of developers.
I think some of the coolest stuff I've seen there, though, is some of the tabletop games. They have a whole separate level dedicated to that, basically, and that's.
Oh, that's the ones on the side, right?
Yeah, the side.
The escalator. Yeah.
So I've been having fun, seeing those in action. Played X-Wing, the new 2.0 edition. It's
It come out already? I didn't know it was coming out. I knew it was.
It's coming out on the 13th.
It hadn't come out yet. Okay.
Yeah. Other than that, we just wandered around a lot.
That's awesome.
I mean, there's a lot of wandering at PAX.
It's particularly on Pax West, which has so many floors. PAX East is more.
It's amazing.
PAX East is more flat, so it's easier to find your way.
So, do you have a question for us? Anything? Ask us. Ask any question.
What are you guys planning to do with adding more vehicles and balancing those along the tech tree, expanding the tech tree in general?
So we can't wait to add more vehicles because now wars, conquests are lasting long, and we really want to fill out the end game. And I can say that we have at least one new vehicle planned before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be coming, and next year we definitely have in the early 2019 another vehicle planned, and our goal is to fill out the end game so that second, third conquest week, that things are continuing to evolve, new things are being unlocked, and it's not just light tanks. Because right now it's like the end game is these EverQuest 2 boxes that are gonna help prop up our.
There you go. And I think if you do it like that,
that's fine.
Yeah,
dude, it's fine. We're good. Don't worry. Don't worry.
Excellent.
We're good.
This end game, second and third week of conquest, we're excited about filling that out with new vehicles, and vehicles is one of those things that we almost have to hold ourselves back from working on.
Yeah.
Because it's just really fun. It's always fun to roll out a new vehicle. It's generally less stressful than a lot of the other stuff that we work on, and it's really exciting. So look out. It's actually at the end of this year, early December, holiday time. There's going to be a huge update, and it's probably the first time we're talking about it, but I can't wait. I can't wait to share what's coming then. I've talked too much. So what has been a low point in Foxhole, and what's been your highest point? You don't have to hold back. You can criticize, say whatever you want.
Lowest point, I guess right now has been my lowest point because I'm not really. I guess
Like
I'm
right
taking-
now, specifically on the stream.
No,
that hurts, man. That hurts a lot.
Well, I mean, I guess I've been taking a break from Foxhole. Like, it
enough,
hasn't
yeah.
drawn me in as much as it has in the past. But
Fair enough,
I'm kind of gearing up to get back into it soon, maybe.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But my highest point has definitely been in some of like our huge pushes as colonials, like specifically.
Right.
Like, we're down to our last town hall. We'll get everyone with pistols and just rush the enemy over and over and over again, like Soviet tactics, like
Right.
unlimited manpower.
No, I mean that's really cool to hear.
Yeah, and it's cool that it allows it for it to happen sometimes.
Yeah.
Not always, but it doesn't mean that just because you're on the brink of losing, not all hope is completely lost.
Right. And you're running along, you're trying to like grab up weapons from the enemy soldiers and find ammo from their bags and everything. It's a really fun experience.
No, it's really great to hear. Cool. Thanks a lot. Maybe
We're
we
gonna
should keep this going so we can get everyone. I think we probably have time for another
Thank
two.
you so much for
Thank you so much.
coming by.
Yeah, great.
We're gonna have Viper now. And I think you're gonna be. I think you were
Second last one?
Second last one. Yeah. The last one.
I'll try to grab Bear.
Grab Bear. Yes. You're gonna. So
Viper.
Viper. How long have you been playing, man? Not
March-ish? World Conquest 1, middle of
Oh,
World
right.
Conquest 1
So
was when I came in.
you're actually relatively new compared to a
in
lot of
comparison to these
Compared
old
to, yes, I'm surrounded by salty veterans here.
Yeah, I mean it's natural, but how has PAX been? Have you seen anything cool?
What really surprised me was the Dying Light Battle Royale.
Their Battle Royale mode.
Yeah, they've got a Battle Royale game coming out. Not Dying Light 2, but they have one that's like, I forget what the name of it is. Terrible. But anyway, I don't really like Battle Royale games, and I have to say I was really impressed with that one. There's a lot of interesting aspects, and they really kept the core game while providing that game mode, which I feel like too many games center around that aspect of the game rather than actually having a complete game with that functionality.
Right. Okay. Cool. Do you have a question for us?
You want a hard ball or an easy ball?
Well, whatever you want, man. We're hard
ball.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
When are you fixing decay?
Yeah. So no, I mean.
Wait, here's the thing. Decay on its own doesn't need fixing. It needs change.
Okay.
So
when are we making some course corrections to decay?
So 017, there was something coming. We said that we're gonna provide an option to allow players to build more permanent bases. That doesn't mean that suddenly decay is gone, but what we want to do is provide a way for players to say, hey, we're going to take this area of the world seriously. We're going to build a permanent base here, and there will be some maintenance involved. So it's not just you can build it unlimited, because we've said in the past the problems of just allowing unlimited building with no one.
There are technical problems.
There are
like, very
technical
big ones.
and gameplay problems.
Yeah.
With just allowing everyone to build, but we understand the frustration. We get it. Like
He's choking up on the answer.
I'm choking up because of this topic, but we totally get it. What's the point in building if it's going to be gone? And we everyone we agree with you guys. Yeah. Like, it sucks. Like, you don't want to build something knowing it's going to be gone in like 2 days. But we also know that there's a constraint. So what we're trying to do is saying, like, we want to provide a way for players to say, this is an area, we're going to build a permanent base, right? Yeah. It's going to require some work to maintain, but it won't be frustrating, like having to repair every structure like you do now. We're going to rather say it's a very much easier way to maintain and easier way to have a permanent base. That's all I can say for now, but watch out for the upcoming streams and dev blogs. We're going to be talking more about this, but it's literally #1 on our list. And we only waited this long because we really wanted to not have a tacked-on solution.
Yeah.
We really want to have a good solution that we can work with in the long term, and we are with you guys. So hopefully,
hopefully it will be a good solution.
It's not going to be perfect when it comes out like everything else, We're gonna hear your feedback, and then we're gonna make it better.
So the short answer is there are changes coming in point 17.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I'll give you that.
And it won't be perfect, but it'll be a step. It'll be a step in the right direction.
We really hope it is coming on 17. Just saying.
Speaking of steps in the right direction, thank you for making no decay on the tunnels.
One tiny step.
Exactly, right?
So what has been your low point? What has been a low point in your Foxhole experience, and what has been a very high point? Start with the low point.
There is no low points.
There's no low point. That's what he's saying.
Honestly, yes, there's highs and there's lows in the game, but I can't look at a single. Okay, no. Oh, all right. I give you my low point. Last war, I spent the good. Man, I was up for like 16 hours just building up Husk Hollow into this big. Every other wall was a bunker, and there was multiple layers. And then I went to sleep, and I woke up like 6 hours later, and it was gone.
Fair enough.
I was just like, guys, I put so much work into that.
So that sucks. That sucks. That's not. But your high point.
So my high point actually was during World Conquest 1. The fair one.
You were there. One. Okay.
I was.
That's when he entered the game, actually.
And I got picked up for the first time by a coordinated tank crew. It was a bunch of Germans. Don't remember their names, but they basically stuck me in the gunner, and I wasn't talking. They just explained everything. We ended up taking, opening an HQ in Callahan's Pass. And this was back when the queues were really big. So you had, hour-long queues. People are just sitting there. Well, when we took that HQ, there was just this exploding fountain of people that came out of the town hall.
Right.
And that is a memory that will forever stick with me. Like, all the work that we did to get that town hall, to see all those people suddenly pour in and be able to play was like...
It was like a Trojan horse.
Yeah, it was like, we opened the gates!
That is pretty cool.
Cool.
That is awesome. Thank you for coming to the stream. Thank you for coming to the meeting and helping support the game up now.
Cool.
Awesome having you here, man.
Please keep doing these. This is awesome.
I hope to see you next year.
Same. And last but not least for today, we have one person that requires very little introduction.
Hey guys, I saw a barrier.
I saw a barrier. So
welcome to Foxhole Update Pax.
So I have some
Pax Edition.
Pax Edition. I have a special question before we enter the standard questions. Like, what's the biggest challenge? Like, you've been making videos for not only Foxhole but for Rainbow Six Siege and a whole bunch of other games. Like, what's been a big challenge for you in sort of having this content delivered regularly, and you have like audience now, like your players commenting on all your videos.
So like, what's your biggest challenge? Commenting on my my community posts in YouTube and giving me good and questionable feedback on my appearance, which I appreciate, by the way.
Okay, so like, what's your biggest challenge in sort of making videos for such a long span of time?
Biggest challenge I find personally is just getting the content. Like, a lot of content creators say it's about the consistency. You have to put out videos every week, and I've been doing that. That's not a problem to me, I find, as long as I have the content to work with. But it's just like, I could play 2-3 hours of Siege and not get even a good clip out of it. I could spend the entire game just dying.
Right.
I think, not to shoehorn it in too much, but I think that's why I like Foxhole so much, because it's like every other time I hop on, I immediately find something or a group of people working on something, and it's just like, yeah, go. Automatic content right there. So it's just cool.
So one interesting thing is that one of your recent videos that you least expected to actually be interesting turned out to, I think the last time I just casually showed up with my feed and it had 70,000 views.
Yeah.
I was like, this is crazy.
It's up like 76,000 now.
76,000, and it was completely bonkers. And you just told me earlier today that you actually felt like that was not a video that you thought was very interesting.
Yeah, I mean, like, the video he's referring to is the Hold the Gate video.
Hold the Gate
me and like
Absolutely.
5 other guys hold the gate against like 6 half tracks. And I didn't think that was the best content, because I thought the intro was good when we're all rallying the troops, but then it's just us fighting at a gate. Whereas something like the Barony Battery video, it's just like, we're hammering for a solid hour this position just from an artillery battery. And there's so much more coordination. I put a little bit more editing into it, but more people watch the Hold the Gate video, so it's really a mixed bag, but I'm not complaining at all. I like that people like the video, but if they like that one, check out the other one.
Well, I mean, like, your channel is doing great. The last I checked, you had like way more than 4,000 subs.
Something like that. Yeah.
And I remember when you started, you're at like 1 to 200.
Yeah.
It's been amazing growth. Like it's
We
just
are
awesome.
very happy with your
I'm
growth.
very happy I found Foxhole because I think it was the PAX I went when I first saw Foxhole. I'm like, I had a goal to meet that year to get like above 100 subscribers, and I met that. And then my next year's goal was to get 200. To double it.
Right.
Set goals ahead of the time. But then I latched onto Foxhole, and that got blown way out of proportion, and now I'm at a few thousand. And now that I think about it, my Hold the Gate video has almost as many viewers as there are PAX attendees currently, because I believe
that is crazy.
That's 3,000 people. So
that's awesome. Congratulations on that. Actually,
all the people I passed. I'm allowed to swear with it.
So let's get to the question. The question we asked everyone: have you seen anything cool at PAX?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Everyone who watches my channel, I played that Valkyria Chronicles 4 demo twice.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
That's my highlight so far. But there's other games I got on my list when I'm not aching in cosplay. But,
Cool. So, what has been your lowest point? Actually, no. First, before that, do you have a question for us?
Oh yeah, that's.
And we're gonna force you to ask us.
No matter what it is.
Yeah.
Anything.
You've been asked this question before, but I want to know, in recent, let's say within the last year, what is the greatest exploit of mechanics you've seen in Foxhole over the last year, let's say?
That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
It can be funny exploits, it could be like actual advantageous for your team exploits, anything.
I think.
Go.
Okay, so I think that it's not so much an exploit, but it's more like taking advantage of something maybe we had an oversight with, right? And I think a lot of the fob spamming is something that
oh my, yeah,
we sort of
Callahan's Passage Barrier, the Great Wall.
That's
Nothing but
just
So here's the thing.
Yeah.
We internally we have access to some tools that the players don't, obviously.
Right.
One of the things that we can do is that we can show, if we to ourselves, to the devs, the whole map for both sides.
Right.
And every once in a while, you open the map, and every single square has a fob, and you're like, what is going on in here?
Yeah. So that's, it's not an exploit, it's fair game, but it was an oversight. Something that we sort of
borderline exploit territory.
It's borderline, but it was something unexpected. But yeah, I mean, that's been something that we've seen. That's like, hey, you guys took advantage of something, which is legit, but something we didn't expect, right? So,
okay,
yeah,
that's fair. So how is it now that there's like no radio towers on the fobs?
I don't know. I mean, 016 just rolled out a few days ago, and we flew out the PAX like the day after the
we haven't seen. Like the other guys in the studio might be more aware.
We haven't really seen what's come of it, but I really think that in 017, trust me, so much stuff is going to change that
people are going to be very pissed and very happy. Either or. No in between.
There will be controversy.
Yeah.
Can't wait to cover it.
And we're going to throw, like, the meta is going to be turned upside down. And, I mean, the one good news is that we're going to get rid of one timer in the game. So something to look forward to. But anyways, continuing the questions, what has been your lowest point in Foxhole? What's been your highest point?
Let's see.
We're putting on the spot.
Yeah. Lowest point, well, any vehicles I hijack and then find out they have zero fuel. Actually, like 3 days ago, we broke into the well, and they're like, sweet, 6 colonial trucks. Sweet, none of them have gas.
Oh, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
The other... Yeah, I'm just going to stick with that. That's an easy one.
So what is your highest point then?
What's my highest point?
Besides holding the gate and that video reaching 76,000 views.
That's a pretty good one.
Or that intro that I love. There's an intro in which he gets killed. No, he's about to kill somebody, and the guy starts role playing.
No, the sad music.
Oh my god, I love it so much.
I can't monetize that video because I use music from what's the game, Valiant Hearts.
But it's such a good,
But yeah, no, that intro was fun to edit. I guess the most recent high point that comes to mind was that Barony Battery video where we just pelted Barony Ranch, Great Barony Ranch, with just 2 artillery pieces, and Varyag was coordinating it, and it was totally one of those dynamic things where it's just like, okay, let's haul an artillery piece up to this position. Okay, cool. Another artillery piece join us. Okay, cool. We've got coordination. We actually have it set up so that there's sandbags around it, so it looks like a proper artillery position. And we're just blowing the crap out of colonials. No offense, but I mean, yeah, and we like blew up some half tracks. And at the end of that video, you saw in the video like 2 colonial trucks pull out of town hall after we blew it up for like the 5th time. So it's like, yeah, that was a nice full circle like assault from start to beginning, and we were just one part of that. And throughout the video, you just saw infantry rushing and dying repeatedly, but you know that's what they do. So
that is awesome.
It's all good.
Awesome. Anyways, it was awesome to have you on the stream.
Yes, thank you guys so much. It was awesome to be part of the game for
leaving
2 years now.
You leave my handshake.
Oh.
Right? Hanging, so,
it's off screen, so
yeah, it's off screen, so you know. But awesome, cool.
Thank you very much for continue to sticking with us.
Yeah.
And keep a head low. And as always,
stay in your fox. Stay in your fox. You got it.
Awesome.
I was gonna say it. You got it covered. Thank you.
You know what? We're gonna bring you on for the conclusion.
It's the very last person.
Yeah, it's the very last person. We're not gonna ask you the standard questions, but we will just ask you how.
Hey guys, if you guys don't know, this is Nooba.
Yeah.
I'm one of the devs.
Yeah.
Well, actually, Nooba is one of the. He was one of the co-founders of Clapfoot, actually.
Yeah, these two.
So like you don't necessarily see Nooba as much as you see myself, but you're sort of the second half of like the founding party of Clapfoot. So how's PAX been? Like,
PAX is crazy as always. It's definitely different this time. Now that we don't have a booth, it feels like
it's another thing that
I feel like that kid who's like snuck out of class or something, and it's like, oh crap, like. Like I should be going.
I feel like I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah,
I'm not manning a booth right now.
I feel like I'm like sneaking out of class, or like I'm like skipping school or something. But it's really cool. PAX is awesome. Everybody is like really cool. All the cosplay people are really fun. The games are really cool. It's funny. Everybody keeps talking about that one game, the freaking
Due Process.
Due Process.
Yeah, no.
So I won't mention that.
Okay, I'm gonna end this stream because we are like already running late and we're already getting drunker and drunker. But I do have 2 questions for you, Nooba. On your whole development of Foxhole, what has been your low point and your high point?
Low point was when I think I can confidently say it was when everybody was queued. It's like damn it, we created Queue Simulator and that is not what we wanted. High point is like all of the time, but I mean it's high point is you know, it keeps like you guys keep breaking our expectations, so it's like, you know, I don't know, I'm trying to think of like a specific instance, but it's like I think the boot camps are really cool, like seeing that just like that organic, like, oh my god, like these guys are actually running a boot camp and we never like that, we gave them no tools to do that and they're like still doing it. And then just seeing for the first time when we like implemented like cross-world chat, people requesting supplies from one region to another.
That's also
because that's the whole point of, you know, that was the whole point of like stitching those, you know, regions together, and you see people coordinating across regions, and you know, it's not just one map anymore. It's like, you know, the whole entire map is collaborating. That was really cool to see. You know, that's kind of like a dream come true. So yeah.
Cool.
And you know, I think Foxhole and the community keeps surprising us with higher and higher points.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
All right, are we gonna wrap this up?
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Hey
Foxhole PAX 2018. Next year, we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back next year.
One way, shape, or form.
One way, shape, or form, and it's gonna be hopefully better. And besides the Colonial Logistics logo behind us, this has been awesome.
It's been really fun.
Awesome, and we're gonna see you. Is there a stream
this Tuesday? Yeah, it's like 2 days from now.
We're going back to now. We're gonna be talking about cool stuff. 016 is out. Play the Conquest. We got an exciting. I gotta say this. Actually, there is one thing. You know what? There's some cool stuff because before we end this, there was some cool stuff. I did say I would announce one thing.
Did you?
Yep, I did.
To whom? Not to me.
I told the community.
Okay.
I don't tell you anything, but I tell the community things sometimes. But it's not quite ready yet. We were hoping it would be ready so that we can sort of launch it as we actually announce it. But I'm gonna announce it now, even though it's not ready. It's gonna be ready maybe in about a month or two.
Okay.
Right? But the official Foxhole merch store.
Oh, that one. Okay.
Is gonna be coming.
Yeah.
We're gonna start small. It's gonna sell shirts at first.
Yeah.
And we're partnering with the Indie Box. Go to www.indiebox.com, I believe. Hopefully that's the right address. Doesn't send people.
I really don't know
elsewhere, but they are a very
well,
great.
You can't go there yet.
Yeah.
No, but the Indie Box site itself
exists,
but the Foxhole merch store is not set up yet. But they are the partner that we're partnering up with. They've been really supportive,
really good
of us smaller teams, and we're really excited because we worked really long time. Thank Adam. It's a lot of work.
He did so much work.
He's just setting up this merch store, and there's gonna be a merch store finally, so you can buy T-shirts, and hopefully in the future other things.
Yeah.
This is the start.
And if you guys have really cool ideas of what you guys would like to see on a merch store, let us know because we really are playing by ear. We're starting slow and small. Only again, as you said, with like T-shirts, and it's still a couple months to come. It's not gonna be ready anytime soon. But we would like to hear what is the kind of things that you think
absolutely
would be interesting from us.
Yeah.
That are like very Foxhole-like.
Absolutely. And besides that,
are we selling helmets yet?
not quite yet. But this fall we got a lot of updates coming. 017 is going to be big, and we got a couple of other updates. And before the end of the year, we're going to go out with a bang. I cannot wait to talk about some of that stuff in future streams and that blog. But it's amazing. I want to spill the beans on everything, but we shouldn't do that now. And but it's going to be cool stuff to look forward to before the end of the year. So
absolutely.
Thanks for joining us, guys.
Thank you very much for joining us. Join us in 2 days at 2 p.m. EST on twitch.tv/Foxhole Game.
Yeah.
Wherever you are right now.
Yeah.
And
do not stay foxy because Matt is not with us.
Yeah.
Do not.
But stay foxy anyway.
All right. See you guys.